Hello YouTube. So we're just jumping right into it today. I've been working pretty much all day. I didn't expect cleaning out that bell housing, getting that all greased to take as long as it did. So fortunately it left me with like 2 hours. The sun is setting. It's now about probably less than an hour before it sets. And so I'll show you where I'm at right now. So this is proof. If there's a will, there's a way. Got ratchet straps holding the transmission, a jack stand at the tail, a jack in the middle, kind of just balancing it up to get it up there. So there are ways to do it. This thing's heavy as hell. Yes, the transmission jack probably would have been easier, but also, regardless, I wouldn't have been able to get this thing under the truck and then get it on the transmission jack without at least using ratchet straps to get it up here anyways, because I couldn't even put it on the jack to start out with. I had to start with ratchet straps. So, and then, yeah, just fighting, keeping that thing level with that awkward kickoff with the transfer case. Other than that, trying to think of anything else I've done. Nope, that's it so far. Just in the middle of this, so probably won't time lapse it because this is frustrating and taking forever, and it might actually turn dark on me. But give you one more view of this engine because I still love staring at it. I think I've wasted more time staring at this than actually working on the truck today too. It's part of it, but I'll get back to you when we hopefully have the transmission in. Alright, it's about a day later, about 24 hours almost exact, and yeah, didn't get finished last night until way after dark. Got the torsion bars in. Yeah, it basically just wore me out, and so I didn't film anything yesterday. Woke up today, just started tinkering with it, ended up spending today pretty much throwing on small odds and ends all day. Nothing really worth filming. I mean, heater hoses, those are direct lineup, so that's easy. I threw this other exhaust manifold on. I have to do a bunch of clearancing with fuel lines and brake lines that are all tucked in that corner. Let's see. Trying to think of anything else I did. I know I've definitely done a bunch underneath the truck. But, oh yeah, shifters, those are in. Yeah, so there's the transmission all in. Torsion bars back in, cross members in. Got the drive shaft back in. I don't know if you can tell, there's the bottom half of the shifters. Speedo cable. I was having a hard time finding bell housing bolts, so I only had 2 in last night when I pushed the truck out. But now they're all in, and I'm gonna need a new clutch hydraulic line. That one's a little shorter. Slave's exactly the same, but it goes further under the bell housing, so that hose is a little tight. But I just put that on so that I could push the clutch in, make sure it's centered from lining that up, doesn't sit all slightly off. Put pressure on that input shaft bearing, so just kind of relax that. Yeah, so like I said, I've been tinkering. I honestly can't even remember what all I've done today. Like I said, just kind of had me beat getting all that stuff done under the truck. I am tired of being on my back, that's for sure. Oh, and so I was going to use the Frontier fuel lines because they did look bigger, but apparently that's just, let's see if I can find the end. That's just a plastic coating they put on it. So it's actually the exact same size as the stock fuel line on the truck. So I figured there's no point swapping all that around. I may modify the ends where it comes up just so that it hopefully clears that header on that side. And then I mocked up the down pipes as well, and it looks like they'll fit, but not with the secondary cats. So I was planning on keeping the secondary cats at least, but looks like I'll just have to put a high flow after the Y pipe. So these will have to get cut out. The rest of the pipe looks like it fits pretty well. And then, yeah, just waiting for things like the starter. I don't want to button up anything on this side. I could do a lot, but until I get the exhaust figured out, I'm kind of at a standstill, you know, putting the starter in, you know, power steering. I don't want to close myself off and not be able to get that in and out easy enough. And then this side's pretty open. This manifold, I don't know if you can tell, this manifold is real easy to get in and out of. And then, so yeah, I'm basically stuck on 2 paths right now. Can't do much else until I finish the exhaust. And I can do wiring, but that's about it. I did also crank the torsion bars up a little higher in the front. Kind of levels it out. I do have, took apart a second set of leafs and I added the secondary leaf. So it's kind of like an add-a-leaf kit, but using factory parts. So the back's always been a little raked. Now the front's a little less raked. And then, so I have obviously this pile of heat shields. I have a lot of the factory Frontier stuff, and I was hoping to use the heat shields, but there's not really any good way to attach it to the chassis, so I haven't decided if I want to do header wrap on a lot of the exhaust, buy some of that gold foil for underneath, kind of keep the heat off of the body. I know I'm forgetting stuff. I am sorry, I am exhausted, but hey, at least I'm giving you guys a good view. I do have to figure out O2 sensors, since where it is on the collector of the header, and then the secondary O2 is like right at the front of the downpipe. So there's not going to be a difference between primary and secondary O2 sensors. So I may have to get extender harnesses for all the O2 sensors. Run the primary, because these eBay ones put it in a bad spot, as I showed in a previous video. I may have to run the primaries where the secondaries go, and then run the secondaries back by the Y pipe or something like that. Maybe try and merge them into one, get one signal from both, or feed one signal into both. I don't know exactly how that works. I got to figure that out. Especially if I do a cat after the Y pipe and I can just put it after that. And also found out this ball joint is completely shot, which I find funny because you can't tell. The only reason I could tell is because I was torquing something down while the torsion bars were loosened up, and there's a ton of play on that. But you can't really tell with the torsion bars, you know, any tension on those torsion bars. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't know that about these trucks. So that might be something to look into if you think you have a ball joint problem. Maybe just loosen up the torsion bars and then check them. Alright, I know this video has been a lot more talking than doing, so apologize for that. But you know, there's my big list, mainly getting it in the truck, and everything's crossed off. So nice. Now it's just a little figuring out things and tedious work. The worst part about any swap. That being said, I'll see you next week. See ya. Ah, dang it, I broke my pen.